Welcome to Learning Plan number 3. This is based off Chapter 4, and we're going to start talking about verbal and nonverbal communication and what happens if they don't match. What does that mean in our client, and what does it mean in ourselves? Are we matching? And so we all know that nonverbal communication is actually the strongest communication we have and is also the most correct or factual. So if somebody's saying something but they're nonverbal saying something, you believe they're nonverbal. More often than not. So it's important to understand the difference, and we're also going to talk about eye contact and how different cultures have different social norms and norms when it comes to eye contact. And so you can't automatically think that if a person is avoiding direct eye contact or eye contact with you, that means that they're being dishonest or that they are trying to avoid you or that they don't want to talk to you. Some cultures in the area, like Hmong and Native Americans, sometimes do not use direct eye contact. It really just depends basically on the tribe or the clan and if they practice the culture or not. And so not every Native American and not every Hmong a person avoids eye contact. You just have to realize that might be going on and to know what cultures have different norms with eye contact. And we're also going to look at the difference between open and closed questions and when to use which one and why you would use one versus the other. We're also going to talk about silence, which is my favorite. Silence is such an effective tool. It's really uncomfortable in the beginning. When I first became a counselor, I always thought that I had to have every moment filled with talking, whether it was me talking or the patient or client talking. And I really found that silence became comfortable and it became a tool. And silence really can bring out things, emotions, feelings, and verbal communication that you would be surprised. Because silence can also create some awkwardness and it can be uncomfortable. So sometimes you get different responses, and sometimes people just need a moment to process, and sometimes people don't process at the same amounts of time or frequency or intensity as everyone. So some people need time to process, and if we don't give them time to process in session, sometimes we miss really great opportunities. And you start to get to know when you work with a client or a patient how they process and how long it takes them. And you use silence to sometimes gauge that. So don't ever be afraid of silence in counseling. And so assignments for this learning plan: post a discussion board, submit a journal starter, and this is where we start getting into transcripts. And so transcript number 1 is due. This is a 5-minute long counseling or session or mock counseling session, if you will. And this is because you're going to be doing this course online. You have to find a trusted friend or relative that can do this with you, and make sure again it's a trusted friend or relative. And this is going to be something where you're actually going to start doing some counseling and start using the skills that you're learning. So I hope you have a lot of fun with it.